First look of the day, Jund Death Shadow. It's a shadow variant that obviously we've played a good bit of recently. Probably best shadow variant at the moment. Like, obviously, Grixis has been coming on strong recently. We've done really well with the Rogues list recently, but I think Jund, just as far as consistency goes, probably the best all-around color combination. Some of the notable card choices here. You have your primary core, your Shadows, Scourges, Goyfs, Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, Lightning Bolt, some number of Hexdrinker. Some of the flex spots I'm opting for include like Seal of Fire, a copy of Grim Lavamancer, one Dark Confidant, one Dismember. Dismember great against Stormwing entities, opposing creature decks. Confidant great against any of the control decks, the grindy mid-range decks. Lavamancer great against the Heliod, and serviceable against Prowess. Seal of Fire good against Prowess, good for turning on Scourge. Corey, only 3 Hexdrinker. Yeah, so Hexdrinker is a card that I'm okay playing on turn 1 with Luris. I'm okay playing on turn 4 when I can level it up immediately. I never want to see multiples of it. Like, it's very rare that you're going to level up 1 all the way. So having a second one is not really accomplishing much. But I'm okay having it in my opening hand. Let's see, sideboard wise, 2 copies of Veil of Summer for the removal matchups, 3 Nihil Spell Bombs for Grave Hate, 1 Liliana's Triumph, card that's been pretty useful for me for hitting things from like Stormwing Entity, as well as Through the Breached in Emrakul's, Platinum Empyreans. Pretty versatile card. 2 Shadow Doubt. The card we're testing out right now is Shadow Doubt, trying it for the Titan matchups, trying it for the Scape Shift matchups, things like that. See how it goes. 2 copies of Kozilek's Return for the Auriok Champion decks and the other Go Wide strategies. 2 Assassin's Trophies for Tron, for any sort of permanent base removal. 2 Go for the Third as additional answers to things like sideboard's hidden. My bad. 2 Go for the Third for additional answers to cards like Stormwing Entity, to troublesome creatures, opposing Scourges, any sort of combo piece out of Heliod. Let's see. Wagner, how's it going? For you, my list is similar, but I play Swiftspear over Hexdrinker. Not a big fan of Swiftspear. Like, I know it's all a matter of opinion, but Swiftspear has not been impressive to me. But if you're enjoying it and it's working for you, absolutely keep playing it. I said hey to Wagner. Red 1-drop slaps the Delirium one. Does it though? Get the spoilers up. It's like a red 1-drop that gets flying and something, +2/+2 flying, and attacks each combat if able, if you have Delirium. So it's like a 1-mana 1/1 whenever you cast a like, I think the big part is whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Surveil. That's pretty nice. I don't know. I just don't see it like... I don't see it being more impactful than the 1-drops we have access to already. Like, what problem is it solving?
I think everybody needs a friend. So we're going to give him one right here.
So is this Heliod or is it Rule? Rule it is. Alright, second land's really nice. Spunky Sniffer, how's it going? Like, I'm not saying I think it's bad or anything like that. I'm just wondering, like, what's it doing that makes us... What is... Was this Kiki chord? Why is everybody playing Kiki chord? Alright, so if I take Ephemerate... Yeah. I can dismember a Birds of Paradise so that they cannot Eldritch Evolution into a... what's it called? An Eternal Witness to get back Ephemerate. Watching your stream has convinced me to pick up Jund Shadow as my second deck since the transition to classic Jund is so seamless. It's a pretty good deck to have in your pocket. The play patterns are definitely different between this and like Jund Shadow, or this and traditional Jund, but the card overlap is pretty significant. The Stolen Rims, thank you so much for the follow and the great name. Another Birds. A little bit rough because I was kind of hoping to avoid the entire Eldritch Evolution for an Eternal Witness to get back Ephemerate thing. I guess I'm playing. I need to play out 2 threats here. But want to kind of push them to Ephemerate this, or not Ephemerate, Eldritch Evolution this into a Skyclave Apparition. So if I go Urge, get a Forest, play Hex Drinker. Let's see. I don't think a card needs to solve a specific problem for it to be an upgrade to the deck. So many cards that have been released over the past few years are just a massive jump in power level. The card seems like a huge improvement over the other derpy 1-drop threats we have right now. Fills our yard if we need to grow Goyfs. Fuels Luris, dig for what we need in the deck, opens up the potential to play Traverse the Ulvenwald with Luris. So, alright, they just top decked the Skyclave Apparition. Like, I get where you're coming from with the argument, but my question is, we have a 1-drop right now that can win games by itself. Are we trying to trade that in for a 1-drop that can't do the same, that just enables other things in the deck, which are already pretty enabled? Like, we don't really have a problem getting stuff back with Luris. We're adding in a threat that dies to Bolt when most of our other threats don't. As a Spellbomb Truther, can you explain why you chose Soul Guide Land over it? Because of Leyline of Sanctity. The only reason. Brutal, how's it going? I just feel like the passable, or the card is a passable placeholder. You mean Hex Drinker? And then, yeah, we definitely just have differing opinions on the card. Because, like, I think Hex Drinker is by a mile the best one drop we have access to. Alright, so I need to go ahead and push this Restoration Angel before that gets out of hand. So many Wall of Blossoms. Did you see Territorial Kavu? Yeah, I think that card's pretty sweet. The more than likely a 2-mana 4/4. Just like add Yorion. Wall. Alright. So I want to like keep an eye on mana production out of their side. Like, I don't want them to be able to add Yorion to hand and play it right away. So like 4, 5, 6 right now, so they can't add Yorion and play it. Bob lost me any games? I'm sure it has. But probably like a game we weren't winning anyway. It hadn't lost me any games that I was winning and just like died to Bob triggers, if that's what you mean. To kind of incentivize them to maybe leave a Goyfun blocked. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got an Ephemerate? You got an Ephemerate? Alright. They'll start with 2 Kavu, 2 Delirium Delver when it comes out. There's still an Artifact Lurgoyf Tribal that is coming out. I also need to see that first. First, Mike is also not a Scourge player. Took him 3 months before he finally used Scourge. Into now accepted strength, but the gameplay is not like Traverse. Like, I still don't like Scourge. I just have to play it because there's not a good replacement for it. The Kavu card is let me pull it up real quick. This card's pretty sweet. Are you here? Territorial Kavu. It's 1 and a green. Star, power and toughness equal to the number of basic land types among lands you control. When it attacks, you can either rummage or exile a card from a graveyard. So with like shock, it could be a 4/4 for 2 mana. Then like attacking is a 5/5 on turn 3 if you add another shock in. Seems like a Shadow of Doubt matchup to me. Be a little careful with all these walls. Like, I don't want to bring in Kozilek's Return, because if they just throw a bunch of walls in front of it, it's kind of eh. Poured out a Scourge because I kind of expect them to be bringing in something like Orioc Champion. Only a 5/5 if you're on 5 color. Right. But like 2 mana 4/4 should be fairly easy for the Shadow decks. You're talking about like Breeding Pool, Blood Crypt. It's a 2 mana 4/4. And then if you like have the extraordinarily higher desire to get this up to a 5/5, I don't feel like putting a like a Godless Shrine or something in your deck is a huge drawback. It certainly has its risks, but I don't think it's like, oh my god, you can't do that. Turn 1 Triumph, turn 2 Shock for a 5/5. That too. People are speculating there could be a Domain Zoo deck. I wouldn't be shocked about. Alright. How likely do we think it is for our opponent to have Veil of Summer? Like 200%? Alright. Okay. Let's go ahead and get Bob rolling. Could have a Skyclave Apparition here. Are we gonna stifle a Windswept Heath? Are we doing it? The opponent just accidentally skipped through their turn. It did. That was 100% a skip through my turn, shame concede. Oh man. That Shadow Doubt was going to be great. Love the shame concede. I mean, Modern's just brutal like that, right? Like, you skip a turn, it's so difficult to come back from. But yeah, for anybody who hasn't seen it, let's go find it. This is the Delirium Delver that everybody's kind of wondering about. So it's 1 red for 1/1. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, surveil 1. So Bobble, Hand Disruption, Removal, whatever. Then if you have Delirium, it gets +2/+2, has flying, and attacks each combat if able. So potentially a 1 mana 3/3 flyer. The earliest turn 2. It does enable itself pretty quickly. Pretty bad hand. Okay hand. What am I doing? Bet Shock of Blood Crypt and Thoughtseize, or Peatland Thoughtseize. Blood Crypt. Oh baby. What is going on here? Beginning of your end step. If you control 4 or more creatures named Biovisionary, you win the game. Create a copy that's a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Cool. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, if it targets 1 or more other permanents you control, create a copy. Token that's a copy. How do I get these things? Am I just taking Simic Charm? So they can't bounce my Scourge. Thought it was kind of funny. Monday we lost a trophy to Lantern Control. And apparently Will Hall lost a trophy to Lantern Control yesterday. So, the irony. Alright, we'll take the Biovisionary. Probably going to have to bolt them to enable this Scourge here. When's the last time you Thoughtseized your opponent and had to read every single card? About 12 seconds ago now. Approximately 12 seconds ago, give or take. Didn't have to read Breeding Pool? Sure I did. 100% read Breeding Pool. I just didn't read it out loud. I was like, oh my god, is that a forest and an island in the hand simultaneously? Wild. Alright, if they're just gonna block, I'm just gonna let them block. Alright, opponent. All you had to do is not crack the fetch. So many growth spirals. Alright, so I think I need to Thoughtseize here. In case they drew into another, like, Biovisionary. Alright. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if it targets 1 or more other permanents you control, create a token that's a copy of one of those permanents. When a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard this card, create a token that's a copy of target permanent. So if I discard it, they get a Scourge. What is Magic coming to? Orvar the All Form. Modern staple. Wonder why they didn't crack Waterlogged Grove into turn. Oh. Are we dying here? Need a Biovisionary count. One Biovisionary. Probably happening. I'm terrified. Right side, they have to block with something here. Unless they got another Ice Fang Coatl, that would suck. Why are they not cracking their Waterlogged Grove? Like, surely flashing this back can't be better than just, like, having something tangible. Let's crack in. Copies, sure. What do you got? What do I think about Ignoble Hierarch? Will it Jund? Probably not. I don't think that's really the effect that Jund has much interest in. I would assume neither has much interest in it, but like especially not Jund Shadow. But with like Boomer Jund, I just don't see what a mana dork is doing for you. Like Jund's had no interest in playing Birds of Paradise before, and this is like Birds of Paradise with the Exalted upside, and I don't know if Exalted on one creature is enough of a reason to want to play something like that. Yeah, kind of like what Steven's saying. I think Jund's just fine hitting land drops. I don't think you have to be ramping out stuff for a good hand. Pretty great.
Tiny flames will dance in the darkness.
Between Channeler and the Monkey, are they any good in Jund Shadow? Depends who you ask. I'm not a big fan of them, but that doesn't mean I can't be wrong. I just don't think they really do what I'm looking for. Spell Pierce, you got it. I'd much rather that Thoughtseize get spell pierced than a Veil of Summered. So I don't think I'm just gonna get Confidant down here. I'm gonna keep the gas coming. Anyone know why the stream will phase in and out? No ideas. Anybody else having phase in, phase out troubles? Huh. It's a large number of death shadows. I would probably suggest try like restarting the stream. It's like I'm not sure what's going on or what might cause it or anything like that. Echoing truth one time. I love the remand on the third shadow. Like, is it happening on just my stream or is it happening on other streams as well? Got a Biovisionary. Mobile, I see the problem. Alright. I don't think I'm like afraid of dying here. Famous last words. About to hit like a bunch of rituals into a kicked rite of replication. I'm gonna eat my words so hard. Anamorphose. Splice unto Arcane, Desperate Ritual, Cast a Desperate Ritual, another Manamorphose, Gifts Ungiven, or not Gifts Ungiven, Past in Flames. Hydroid Crasis. I'm assuming you got an answer for something in here, because you're leaving up this one blue, awful suspicious like. Seems like not really the creature you want to be copying. What do I know? Alright, I'm gonna play a bunch of these. Tagging like this because they can't block the Confidant or they die. They have to block multiple things. Gonna make them deal with this. Pray to God I don't flip over a Phage the Untouchable off my Confidant. Please no Phage. Please no Gristlebrand. Please no Autochthon Worm. Alright. We got there. Barely, by the skin of our teeth, we were able to flip or to dodge the top decks for enough time. Oh my God, Flame Rift got printed into Modern? Well then. Ooh. Don't know how I feel about that one. Ooh, scale up old border. That's pretty sick.
Looking for somebody who brings everything to the table. You know, who brings the heart, who brings their vision, and particularly who brings
greed.
to the table. So that they're aware of what they're doing and they're making conscious choices.
Upheaval. Mirari's Wake. Some pretty sweet ones. Trellin. Green Urborg. Yeah, I did see the Green Urborg, and I'm praying to God they don't make a blue one so I don't have to deal with merfolk having a free island walk effect on the land. Can I ask you any questions about the blue-red Prowess deck? If you're asking questions about, like, playing against it, I can give opinions, whether or not they're correct or not. I have no good explanation, or no good answer, but
that's how it came out.
I can absolutely give opinions.
Now let's make it better.
Oh.
Just writing from a place of understanding rather than from a place of fear.
We're gonna take condescend.
Where you're just grateful for any idea that comes along. And you don't want to change it because you don't know how.
Who's ready for this nonsense? Please, opponent, don't warping whale my Grim Lavamancer. Actually, not warping whaling my Grim Lavamancer. Dang. Let's see. What is the upside of Relic of Progenitus to Soul Guide? Well, Soul Guide is usually worse unless you're playing against or planning on playing against Leyline of Sanctity. Relic of Progenitus, drawing a card and exiling the libraries is pretty nice. Whereas with like Soul Guide, you have to choose one or the other. What card do you hate more against you? Vapor Snag or Threads? Vapor Snag. 100% Vapor Snag. Alright, the old how long can we last until opponent draws a blue source game? Slash, they might be dead if they don't draw one. Alright. Mono blue Tron. Get fatal pushes out, dismember out. Lavamancer out's fun. Threads is better against Death Shadow, but it's also 3 mana. It's not ask question to the Death Shadow player, in my opinion. It's you that should decide on that one. I mean, I think he's free to ask like which one is more annoying for me, and like for me, I think getting Vapor snagged is a lot more problematic than getting Threads. like Vapor Snag being 1 mana, giving a Prowess trigger, getting a blocker out of the way for 1 mana instead of 3. And usually being safe until like they're ready to kind of go off. One of those typical, like, oh, Scourge of the Skyclaves isn't online kind of hands. Engineered explosive. Okay. Taking Talisman here. They draw into Dismember, or not Dismember, Engineered Explosives. Obro. Okay. Now, do I need to... Armagoyf dies to Dismember. They'd have to pay 4 life, which does enable Scourge. They can do it into turn, so I just need to Thoughtseize twice here. Tectonic Edge, Urza's mine. Land. So let's see what you're up to. If there's anything else. We knew about the Sundering Titan. Forest, Plague Goyf. Opponent has assembled Tron. Do I want to play... Yeah. I know I want to play Scourge. Do I want to play Bloodstained Mire? I guess it's fine, because if they're tech edging, they're probably not doing anything else. And they're probably not going to be able to take me off double black. Black Huck, good night. Good night to you as well. I missed a follow a while back. Elifuck92. No idea if I'm saying that right, but I'm going with it. Thanks so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome Thursday wherever you're at in the world. And in the evening, and I still need to eat. Only 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. Like a Cyclonic Rift. Hold up. Hold up. Search your library, you say. Yes! Yes! I heard somebody say they wanted to search their library. Oh man, I'm like crying, laughing after that one. Got home from work and this is what I came into. Yes, it is. Finally pays off. Shadow of Doubt counter is one indeed. Oh man. I'm sorry, Trellin. He's actually fuming. Hope not. Hope he's not actually fuming. So we got a prediction going on whether or not we'll get this trophy. Start off with the 3060, so about as good of a start as you can get to a league. So if you got channel points, you want to burn through them. Maybe win some, maybe lose some. Depends on if you're Kevin or not. Never, and I mean never, apologize to Tron. I mean, Mono Blue Tron, like I feel like they can get an apology. Wasn't Mono Green Tron. We still have to play? Well, I've been waiting for you to tell me when you want to play. Oh no. Oh no. Daft Matt, friend of the stream. Their hand is what we would call not particularly great. Let's take the Stormwing entity. Alright. We're gonna pray to the old gods that they don't top deck a lava dart here. Old gods, come through for us. No lava dart, no lava dart, no lava dart. That's a pretty good one. Draw second land. Draw second Stormwing. Double Morphos and Expressive Iteration in hand. One top, one bottom. Probably am dead next turn, but I can't really do much about the bird now, can I? This is what I got, opponent. See, do you think the new Prowess creature from Modern Horizons 2 could be playable? What is the new Prowess creature? I've not seen a Prowess creature. They've got to find Land Lightning Bolt or Land Lava Dart. Double Mutagenic. Stormwing is a messed up Magic card. Alright. What do we got? On the play, so I'd rather have I mean, I couldn't sit there at 1 life and keep my shadows dead to Lava Dart when I couldn't play out a what's it called? A Scourge. Like, that's not accomplishing anything. Relic Swift Spear Iteration. Let's take that one. Spear, yep. Relic of Progenitus. Anything but a relic. Ow. Not my graveyard. Alright. We're crazy. There are many potential brews in this new set, and we only have like 50% of the spoilers. Right. Somebody was talking about that earlier, just like, I think it was Aspiring Spike was talking about it. How we've only had like 50% of the available cards shown so far. It's kind of nuts. They've got Mountain, Steam Vents, 3 Unknowns, and a blue mana. No more blue mana. 1 Unknown down. Still have Mountain, Mountain Steam Vents. Paper Snag my shadow. All right. Got one draw step. Find something pretty good. Show me second Vapor Snag. Kidding, don't show it to me. Dispel. I'd much rather them have Dispel there than second Vapor Snag. Alright, on the draw. Bring you back in, get you out. So much rather have Dispel than second Vapor Snag. Coward, bolt yourself for lethal. Just go ahead and clutch defeat from the jaws of victory. Alright, Tarmogoyf's a really good draw there. I'll just say go. Sure. Trying to like read me for a fatal push here. Decide if he wants to go in on another spell. Alright. We'll take a big chunk if he's got a mutagenic growth. But if he does, I just get to untap with like a pretty good sized Scourge. Alas, he does not. Let's get Forest, get Goyf down. Go. Old Sprite Dreezy. Does give him a mana at the end of my turn, but it doesn't, or it means that he can't just have like Spell Pierce or something. What do you got? Mag my shadow. Alright. So attacking first here just to see if I can potentially get a card out of his hand. Like if he decides to go block, mutagenic growth, then I already know I'm going to Assassin's Trophy, but I would get the mutagenic growth out of hand as well. Some people are saying that the new Kavu could be better than Goyf. Maybe. I feel like I have enough games where Goyf like outgrows Kavu to make me say that I'm not just like all in on that idea. Soul Scar, Soul Scar. Alright, so I think that fetch land should about wrap things up. Alright, so flashes back Dart. Shadow goes to a 7/6/6. The Prowess trigger here. 3 toughness, 3 tramples over, then 6. Alright. GG's. Pick up our first game loss of the league. Boo. Boo. They're talking about whether the new Kavu card is better than Goyf. The red-green domain Kavu. I think it just depends. Like, the fact that the Kavu can't really be hated out is a big upside. Staff, GG's to you as well. Those Astros are brutal. Yeah, like, that's one of those cards I feel like I have to see just cause of Stormwing Entity. Like, Stormwing is so nuts. Just like in game 1, when you hit that second Stormwing off the Manamorphose, I was like, nope. We're dead. It doesn't matter that I've got 2 shadows on board and like a Scourge in hand and a Battle Rage. It's like, nope. We are in fact finishing. Anthony Macedo, you're gonna have to give me a pronunciation here. Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome Thursday wherever you're at in the world. So weird that most Jund Shadow players aren't playing it or they aren't drawing it versus me. I think the card is like instrumental. Like, I can't imagine not playing it. It's ridiculously good. Hoping that the Lurgoyf artifact that was leaked will give some love for our Tarmo. What is this? This Lurgoyf artifact. Behind. Where's this tower? Alright. Maybe, just maybe, it's Eldrazi Tron. That doesn't help my decision. How bad is this for me? Warping Whale. Alright, it's like 100% natural Tron. But then what? Arn. Ugin the Ineffable. Okay. And the Ballista. Alright, so now I guess I have to kill the Ugin. I'm assuming it's Eldrazi Tron with Ballista, Warping Whale, Ugin. But hopefully this Inquisition will let me know for sure. At the very least, we can sideboard correctly. It is. Yeah, definitely felt more like E-Tron. Not having a 1-drop of any sort. Warping Whale and Ballista. Alright, I gotta find this Lurgoyf artifact. Anybody have like a name for it or anything? Or no, you said it was leaked by Morrow but not revealed. Alright, I think I'm just gonna play Luris Bauble. Not out. Alright. Shadow. I guess we can give it one more draw, because if he draws dead, we draw Shadow. If he draws dead again, we've got Battle Rage. That probably nixes our hopes. Alright, so Eldrazi Tron that just saw a whole bunch of mana game one. Shadow of Doubt is much worse against Eldrazi Tron than it is against normal Tron. But I don't really mind the first Shadow. E-Tron players always have Nat-Tron. I swear E-Tron players have Nat-Tron more often than like normal Tron players. Which is weird. Alright. Lightning Bolt's not the worst. Hey, we've seen this song and dance before. Oh, yeah. A Scourge. Chalice me, I dare you. Alright. Crack a map. We get something that's not a power plant or a tower. Pass to their turn. Draw step, we'll trophy. Power plant. I would have been super tempted to trophy the map. Well, that's just like ramping them into Karn. And I kind of don't want them to have Karn. Alright, so that just kills them. Cool. Inquisition for information. Callous, dismember. Whole bunch of stuff we don't really care about. And don't think it would have been the right play, but would have been tempted. I could definitely see being tempted, but I also definitely agree on it not being the right play. AJSKD, I don't know if that stands for something or not, but thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome Thursday wherever you're at in the world. Appreciate you coming around. So the triumph for a Hex Drinker idea, I think I'd rather triumph for the 4th push than for a Hex Drinker, because I need ways to enable Scourge. They're kind of not killing themselves. Keep another 7. I swear to God, if we have Eldrazi Tron with Nat Tron 3 games in a row. Alright, no Nat Tron. So do I want to just take their turn 2 play? Relic or Thought Knot? It is a pretty annoying hand. I'm going to take the Reshaper. I think Reshaper is just like a tad bit more annoying. Relic, yep. Got my I just need to pass and hold up, go for the throat here. I think yes. Can't really play Tarmogoyf and have him just play Thought Knot, take go for the throat, and I got a Tarmogoyf that's getting shut down by Relic. What do you want? Take a Shadow. I don't know what I think about take a Shadow there, because he's got Expedition Map and can go get a Blast Zone at any time. Like, maybe preparing for second Shadow. Like, maybe not letting me play through Blast Zone with second Shadow. Kind of what I mean there. There's Tron. Dang. A little bit of an annoying take for them, though, so I guess that counts for something. They take Go for the Throat, then, like, Dismember off the top is lethal. If they take Battle Rage, then I know I get to go for the Throat, the Thought Knot, and get, like, a decent attack in. Yep. Am I going for damage here? Let's think. If I fetch Shock to 7, tap Peatland to 6, Battle Rage the Shadow, I'm dealing 14 here. Shadow's lethal after this. If I don't fetch and shock, I think I'm supposed to just go ahead and get the damage in. Mainly because I'm, like, not dead to Reality Smasher on the crackback. Like, he gets to pop Relic and shrink these. That's fine. And go get Tron and have 7 mana. That puts Artifact in the yard. I can crack Peatland and put land in the yard. If I draw an instant or a sorcery, then the Goyfs can be lethal. The old post-combat Reality Smasher, eh? We've got a block here. I can use this Shadow of Doubt to grow the Tarmogoyf. The Part Shaden, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome Thursday wherever you're at in the world. Appreciate you coming around and hanging out. What we got? %, making this trade, or not this trade, but eating this this Thought Knot here. The Shadow of Doubt scoop of shame. Oh, man. Magic's a weird game. I don't know if y'all know that. Yeah, that's how you trophy with Eldrazi Tron. Or trophy against Eldrazi Tron. Trophy with Jund Shadow. Alright, what do we think about that one? God. Hexdrinker seemed mortal that league. Tarmogoyf was great. Shadow's great. Confidant was really great. We saw it against the Ephemerate pile deck. I don't know what we're calling it. And we saw it against the blue-green token deck. Scourge was solid. A couple points where we had to like bolt our opponent to enable it, but other than that, just gets the ball rolling so quickly. Lavamancer acted as a good dismember fodder for us one time. Bolt was great. Removal was great. Main deck, like, I'm still pretty sold on. Sideboard. Veil of Summer. I don't think we saw any Veil of Summer matchups that... Or we saw Mono Blue Tron, but we just, like, didn't bring it in for that one. Or no, we brought it in, we didn't see it. We didn't see any Spellbomb matchups. Triumph came in against Eldrazi Tron. I think that was it. Shadow of Doubt blanked a transmuted Teleria West against Mono Blue Tron and somehow squeaked out the win there against Eldrazi Tron at the end. Assassin's Trophy was great. Saw it take out Stormwing entities. We saw it take out Tron. Kozilek's Return. We didn't see a Kozilek's Return matchup. And Go for the Throat was great. Just like unconditional removal whenever we wanted that. So yeah, like, deck felt pretty solid that league. Can't complain too much, right?